Have you ever wondered how Reaper has an unlimited supply of guns? He doesn't even have to reload, he just throws them on the ground. What, did he sell his soul to the devil? Did he sell the souls of many other people to the devil? Does he have some kind of agreement, I don't know, with Torbjorn, who's making them all for him? Where are they all coming from? Well, today we are going to try and answer this. So there's a theory going around that Reaper doesn't actually have to reload them because they aren't guns he's using in the first place. Well, not in their original definition anyway, as separate mechanisms that one might purchase at, I don't know, a gun show, but instead that they're made out of his body. Yes, they are his DNA. He can produce them as easily as he breathes or he coughs. And there's a lot of things to corroborate this idea. So firstly, if you know a little bit about his lore, you'll probably know that the cells in his body are both dying and regenerating at a hyper-accelerated speed. This is why he's currently in that, sort of undead state. And this is what gives him all of his abilities, but if his guns weren't a part of his own organism, he wouldn't be able to teleport them, right? So for example, when he shadow steps, all of his cells are breaking down and then regenerating in the next desired location. If his weapons were, say, just made out of metal, they would fall right through him. And the same goes for his wraith form. When he turns into a shadow, he's still holding his guns when he moves around. They're connected to him. This also actually makes sense why he can't attack anyone, why he's in this form. He's broken himself down so much that his guns, they've lost their functionality, at least, until he comes back. Now, why then do they look metallic? Shouldn't they come out like an arm or a leg just sort of dangling around? Well, if you look at his costume, it's sort of the same theory. It's got to be a part of his own DNA, and since you've got what looks like steel covering his hands, really all over his body actually, like the shotgun shells, his face mask, it seems he's been able to manipulate these elements that have mixed into his cells. So whenever he creates these shotguns, the formula, per se, is coming from the other metal parts of his body. Imagine what his blood is like, how metallic it might be. Who knows, maybe in a few years he'll be able to turn himself into a refrigerator or a lawnmower, the Reaper 5000. Another thing to note here is that whenever he drops his guns, they'll disappear after a few seconds. Now, there is, of course, some creative license that Blizzard has to take to avoid all of their game maps being littered with Reaper's waste, quite literally. But to support this theory, instead we could say that their cells have fully decayed. Since he's released them from his main person, it's kind of like a limb being chopped off. They don't have the vitals they need to survive, and so they just waste away. They disappear. It's actually quite impressive, really. Until you stop and think, so if they're from his body, what has been shooting me all this time? I mean, it's metal, right? He's using metal, because that would be very unsanitary if it wasn't metal. But anyway, so there you have it. Reaper doesn't have to reload because he regenerates his weapons out of his own DNA, always in a position where they're fully loaded and ready to go. Just like anyone else conjures up a memory in their head, and then when he's done, he tosses them and they disintegrate like nothing happened. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and down below please tell me, what do you think of this theory? Does it seem plausible? Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this has given you a whole new appreciation for Reaper and his bodily functions. Either that or you're really pissed off at me. I'm sorry. Truly, I'm sorry.